Today in this video, I'm gonna cover when to activate Ark Passive and some other stuff that's related to that. So many questions regarding this. Is activating Ark Passive on 1640 really that bad? Yes, it is. Even in Korea, the minimum requirement for 1640 to activate the Ark Passive in order to be stronger than the current tier 3 5x3+1 build, all relic engraving books and high rolls on all accessories was the standard for 1640 to activate the Ark Passive when Korea didn't have this part, the leap part, guys. After this part came out, which already exists in the West as well, because you can invest some of the points on the first line, it kind of compensated the DPS, so it technically requires less than this, but not by a far difference though. So TLDR, don't do it, bro. Only whales can do this. So then, when exactly can I activate? So you can start activating from 1660. In that case, you pretty much need 2 ancient gears by clearing A gear normal. This part varies little depending on the classes. Some classes can open with 1 ancient gear. Some might need 3 or more. I can't come up with all the classes, which class need this much, which class need that much. Okay, so in Korea, averagely they just say open the Ark Passive when you have 2 ancient gears at 1660. That's how people say. But the thing is, there's another thing that you need to activate Ark Passive at 1660. 72 enlightenment points. Because each of the enlightenment point line requires 24, as you see, and you need 72 to max out this main part. This is very important because let's say that I'm lacking 1 point on this third one, like this. 2. Whatever class you play, having 2 points on here on the third line versus having max point is gonna have a big damage difference. That's why I'm 99% sure that whatever class you play, you need 72 enlightenment point at least. Okay? If not, you're gonna be weaker than your current tier 3, even with the 2 ancient gears. For the supporters, I'm not sure if you need 72 point based on what it says, because if you see the third line here, the difference between having 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 3 is, for example, Pally. When you use the aura, the X skill, 10% combat resource recovery versus 15. I'm not sure if that's a big difference, honestly. So, this is up to you guys, I guess, the supporter players. If I give you another example for Bard, when using the Z skill, the Courage, 3% attack speed versus 4.5%. Yeah, that doesn't look like a big gap. It's only when you use the identity skills, right? Lastly, if I look into Artist, this one. 6% movement speed versus 10% movement speed for 10 seconds. Maybe it doesn't have to be 72. But at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. For 1680, since you're gonna activate with the ancient accessories, you're gonna have way more than 72, so there's no point problems. For ancient gears, in this case, since you can invest on the 4th node on the enlightenment, which increases huge amount of damage, you may need less ancient gears. For example, 1 gear instead of 2. This also varies depending on classes, okay? So averagely, just think it as 1 to 2 gear if you're 1680. Since having 72 enlightenment point is important, let's talk about this part. To get this, how do you get it? It will make it very easy to get 72 point if you get the +5 points from the field boss, which is an RNG, right? Fortunately, it does have a pity system. You get it guaranteed on the 18th encounter. That's how it worked in Korea. Not sure on the West, but I believe it's gonna work same, right? So how many field boss do you have a week? 3. For unlucky people who never gets this, it will require 6 weeks to get this. But I know that EU and is it NA West, some of those regions can double deep, right? So for those regions, they can do this in 3 weeks, I guess. Yeah, double this. What if I don't have the +5 points? Then am I doomed? Nope. you can get 72 without having the +5 boss point. How? Your combat level being level 70 gives you 20 point enlightenment point. If you have all the relay accessory honed on 5 pieces, that gives 46 point. Adventure Tomb 70% gives you 3 point. And lastly, there's a Unatisk in the North Cruisin. And if you complete the reputation, that also gives 3 point. So that adds up to 72 point exactly spam poggers. This is what you want to do. And by the way, in Korea, there's a new system called the Karma system, if you see here. And this can give up to 6 enlightenment point. But the thing is, NA and EU has nothing to do with this because you need Broshaza raid, plus you need to do Lotto Broshaza raid to get the entire 6 point. So this is a very far story, which is irrelevant with you guys. So just ignore the karma like system part, okay? Just think about this part, all right? So that's all for today. If this video was like very helpful for you guys, then hit the sub and like, and also follow my Twitch channel. Stay GigaChat, spam family friendly. Peace out.